Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Courtney and I have Phaedra in here with me. Nyx is at the vet right now. So today I'm going to be doing a first impressions wear test video with the Idun Minerals Nordic Veil Foundation in the shade Jorunn, J-O-R-U-N-N. So I really love the Idun Minerals Norskin Foundation in this shade because it's a perfect match for my skin tone and I don't have to add white. This is a new formula, so I'm curious to see how this will compare to the original formula. I'll also be doing a thorough review video in about a week, so make sure you subscribe to my videos so you don't miss that follow-up. So this is the box that it comes in, and on the box it says that the Nordic Veil is correcting long-wearing mineral foundation. When I go to the website to see a little bit more about what it says that this is a full coverage formula with immediate and long-term effect. It's based on a formula enriched with minerals and therefore protects the skin while it's beautiful and smooth. It's been dermatologically tested and developed for all skin types, even the most sensitive. I would absolutely agree that the original formula is great for my sensitive, dry skin. The application instructions are in Swedish, but basically the phrasing I can understand says makeup sponge. So I'm going to put this on and apply it with a beauty blender. But first, I'm going to put on the Coconut Smoothie Primer. This is by First Aid Beauty. It has a very, very, very slight tint to it. It's like hard to tell. Oh, and my skin has been moisturized and has SPF on it. I'm wearing the Emma Diane SPF. It's the illuminating one. I really like it because it gives like a nice sheen to the skin, and it has a little bit of a tint as well. So it hides a lot of my redness from rosacea. I'm just putting the primer on the left side of my face right now so you can see the difference between the side without the primer and the side with the primer. This side has it, and there's like a nice sheen. This side doesn't. Oh, I'm not going to put makeup too close to my lower lid over here because I have a sty that is healing and I don't want to irritate it. So I haven't been wearing makeup for the past couple days. I've just been putting my medication on and trying to get the sty to clear up. That's only the second sty I've ever had in my life, so it's just uncomfortable as opposed to being a real pain in the butt. But I went to the doctor, it happened Thursday night, and I went to the doctor Friday morning and got medication to start on it. And so it doesn't look as bad as it did, but it's still not gone yet. I'm gonna apply, I did like half a pump, and I'm putting it on the right half of my face, and I'm gonna just start blending that in. And really, I took my makeup way too close to my eye for my own comfort at the moment. I do feel like this just blends in beautifully. Okay, there it is on this half of my face. This half is naked. I think this is more pigmentation and coverage than the original Norskin. And I have to say I'm really impressed with just how easily it blends out. I think this is how foundation should blend out because it's just very easy. I feel like I'm just basically barely patting my face to get it to go out. Ugh, I love the color match on this foundation. So good. Okay, I am going to zoom in so you can look at everything up close. We shall get uncomfortably close. Now, ignore my eye. I'm sorry, but it's still healing. So when I'm looking in the mirror at the foundation, I feel like it just blended in nicely with my skin. I have a very, very slight amount of caking right here by the side of my nose where I have seborrheic dermatitis, but it's not really bad. I feel like the color just blends in seamlessly from my face to my neck. I feel like I look like I'm all one shade, which is my goal because my face usually looks darker and redder than my neck and my chest, so I always want to match my neck and my chest. So I love this color, it looks great. I feel like the finish, ooh, it feels like it's almost dry. I don't think I'm gonna need to set this. I am gonna put on the rest of my makeup and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I put on really simple makeup because I don't want to put on any eyeshadow or mascara or get anything near my eye. This is the Hourglass Euphoric Fusion Blush, which I put on. I think it looks really pretty. I think it's a great shade for my pale skin. I put on Makeup Geek Celestial Highlighter, which is no surprise. This is my favorite highlighter. On my lips, I put on Aromalise Conjured by Song, which is like this nudish shade. And for my brows, I put on ColourPop Jet Set Black Pencil. I'm gonna go ahead and set this with Urban Decay's All Nighter Spray, although I'm gonna try and not spray this eye at all. The time is 11:18 a.m., so I'll be back in a few hours. All right, so it's 3:11 p.m. It's been almost 4 hours since my initial application. I feel like it looks pretty good from a distance. When I'm looking in a magnifying mirror up close, I feel like my pores are more visible than I'm used to seeing, and I'm seeing like a little bit more texture than I normally see. I do really like this sort of finish. It looks like a satin matte finish. I feel like I'm nice and glowy, but I don't like that. I feel like I'm seeing a lot of things I don't normally see with my skin. And maybe it's just I used the wrong primer with this. Maybe I should have used the Hourglass Mineral Veil primer. I'm gonna go ahead and get uncomfortably close for you. Hasn't really settled into the fine lines under my eyes. Like I haven't had to like rub under here to move anything out, so that's a good sign. But I feel like right here in this area, it just looks a little funny, and I feel like there's a little bit of like texture that's emphasized that I don't normally see. My forehead looks okay. My eye over here is the one that has the sty. My blush and highlighter still looking great. So since I last saw you, I've taken Phyrra on a short walk, and it's really nice out in Florida. It's winter, but while it was really cold this morning, like around 48 or whatever, it's like 72 right now. So I didn't get hot enough to break a sweater or anything like that, which is a rarity if you live in Florida. Other than that, I've done some work for my job. I've done some housework. So pretty much I've had what I would call a typical day for me. So I'll be back again in another couple hours to see how this is wearing. All right, it is 7:24 p.m. It's been roughly 8 hours since I first applied this, and really, I feel like it looks pretty good. There's a little bit of that settling that I was talking about that's going on like right here. But aside from that, you know, it's pretty much seamless down here, so you don't see like a foundation line. I don't feel like the color really changed over the day at all. My blush and highlighter are still strong. It did rub off a little bit on my nose, but I've been blowing my nose because I have allergies. Same with my chin. I always like put my hand on my chin when I'm thinking, when I'm working. So anyway, let's get uncomfortably close. I think aside from like just this area right here where it looks like it's a little bit settled in, it looks pretty good, especially for 8 hours. I'm gonna wear it for a couple more hours and then give you my like final assessment of this first impressions. All right, it's 11:20 p.m. My foundation has been on for, I think, 12 hours. It's completely like rubbed off the tip of my nose and on my chin because I've blown my nose. I've like touched my chin because I will sit my like fist on my chin when I'm thinking I'm working. On other areas of my face, like my cheek, my blush and my highlighter are still going strong. If you can see that, let me turn the lights down just a little bit. Yeah, I've still got my highlight and everything going strong. It never settled into the fine lines around my eyes, but I do feel like it settled, or I feel like it basically showed where right here along the nasolabial folds in my face. I am curious about how well it would do on a different primer. Like I might try it with the Hourglass Mineral Veil primer next. I'm gonna get uncomfortably close so you can check it out and see what you think. I feel like if anything, it ended up looking a little bit powdery, but I'm not quite sure. Like, since it's the first time I wore it, I'm not really sure if it's just because of that or because of the setting spray, which normally things don't look a little bit powdery, so I'm not sure. So I'm going to be wearing it several more times, trying it all different kinds of ways. So for my first impression of it, I think it's not bad, especially considering how well everything wore and lasted for 12 hours. I am going to do a follow-up full review in about a week, so you can expect to see my full thoughts then. But my initial impression of this is that it's a good foundation. I love the shade match. I don't feel like the color changed throughout the day. It didn't oxidize. It looks nice. I don't have to add white to it, which is such a nice thing for me. I love that. I do feel like this does provide more coverage than the original Norskin, which I really like that as well. So anyway, be sure to let me know what you think of my first impressions of the Nordic Veil in the comments below. If you like this video and want to see more like it, you should give it a thumbs up, share, and subscribe. Thanks so much for your time.